أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقال لهم نبيهم إن آيات ملكه أن يأتيكم التابوت فيه سكينة من ربكم وبقية مما ترك آل موسى وآل هارون تحمله الملائكة إن في ذلك لآية لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I recited Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat number 248. In this ayat, Allah tells us about Talut, who was appointed a king for Bani Israel by Allah. So when Bani Israel they came to the Prophet Shumail alayhi salam and they requested that the king Jalut, who was the who was the cruel king and who tortured all Bani Israel people and kicked them out from their houses and occupied their houses and land and and also they occupied their children also. So this way they said, they requested to the Prophet Shumail alayhi salam that you request Allah appoint for us a king. So under the kingship of that person, we should fight with the Jalut and his army to return our land and our children from him. So then Shumail alayhi salam, he requested Allah, and because Allah appointed for them Talut. Talut alayhi salam, he was a very good person. He was with strong body and have the knowledge of everything, the knowledgeful person, and but he was poor person. So these people they disappointed all Bani Israel people, the rich people of Bani Israel and mostly influential people. They were not happy with him because they said he is the poor person. So how is possible that poor person can rule over us? We can't understand that he should be king over us, and we are to reject the kingship of him, and we are deserving the kingship. Then the Shumail alayhi salam, he said there will be a sign, a special sign for you. The tabut, the ark will come to you, and because of that you will find that the sign of Allah, special sign of Allah, as it was ark was before you. Before, if you look the history from Sulaiman alayhi salam and above all that, so they were having a special type of ark, and in that one there were special signs of Allah, and then the Bani Israel people, they were to take it and place it before the battlefield, and they were to defeat the enemy, and they were the successful. So every time they were doing that, and then you can see when Jalut he fighted he fought with them, and he occupied the land, and he has taken the this box or this tabut with him. So this way, but it was not good for him also and for his people, because when the tabut or this ark, when it was with the family, with the nation, with the tribe of the Jalut, and 5 cities of his kingdom, those have been destroyed because people they died different by different type of infectious diseases, epidemic, and different type of problems happened to them because of this ark, because the people who were coming to sit with that ark, they were sometimes they were to spit near that, and they were suffering into illness, and that illness was so much bad that was taken their life. And similarly, the disrespect what they were doing with the ark, so they were facing the death, and death was so much that if one person suffering, then it was coming to other who was coming to in contact with him, so then the other one, so this way the whole city was under the disease of that one, and they were to die. So this was this happened there, and 5 cities of his kingdom destroyed because of that. And then those people they decided, so the people, who people, the people of the Jalut and his kingdom, they decided that the all problems which are coming to us, and our people are dying and everything happening to us, that is because of this ark, this tabut, and we should leave it. So what they have done, they found two strong bull, and the bull cart, bull cart or the bull train, you can say, and they placed on um, on the bull train and this ark, and then they left it towards the jungle, and they said, now we will be all right, because this was the main thing that was creating troubles and diseases and different things and destruction in our government, in our cities, in our people. So now we left it. So when actually that was because of the command of Allah, because what they have done, they left it. So, and Allah said that the angels they have taken it, and because there was no any driver, no any person who was to guide the bulls where they have to go. So the angels were there because they were not visible by the people. So but they took that one, they guided the bulls, and so the bulls they came before the house of Talut and left the ark or Tabut there. So that was the sign of Allah for the kingdom of Talut. So that have been proved, and then the Bani Israel people they accepted him, his king, their king, and then under the guidance, under the kingship of Talut, then they fought with the army of Jalut, and they became successful. What happened? So that is in this ayat. We read this. Allah said, وَقَالَ لَهُمْ وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ. So وَقَالَ and said lahum to them, Nabiyuhum, their prophet. So their prophet Shumail alayhi salam. So Shumail alayhi salam said to them, Inna ayata mulkihi. Inna, indeed, ayata a sign, mulkihi for the kingship of Talut. So the kingship of Talut, the sign which you were requesting, so there will be a sign for the kingship of the Talut. Inna ayata mulkihi, indeed, the sign for his kingship, an yatiyakum tabut, an yatiya, that tabut, the ark, yatiyakum will come to you. So tabut will come to you, the ark will come to you. So that will be the proof of the kingship of the Talut. That will be the special sign by Allah. So for the Talut kingship, so that will come to you. Fihi mean in it. In it mean in this tabut, in this ark. Sakinatun. In this will be sakina. Sakina is like satisfaction, because the people they were in anxiety and different situation, that they were thinking how is possible this Talut, who is a poor person, how he may be king over us. And they were in different situation, and that will become calm down, and they will become satisfied, and they will accept the peaceful mind situation will be arise, and they will accept the kingship of Talut. So this way, Allah said in it, Fihi, in it, Sakinatun, in it there will be satisfaction, peace of mind, Mir Rabbikum, from your Lord. So from your Lord, that will be the peace of your mind, peace of satisfaction, tranquility. So will be there also. And Wabakiyatum, and in this box, in this ark, bakiyatum mean, the bakiya mean the rest, the remaining things, mimma taraka, those have been left by all Musa, from the family of Musa alayhi salam, wa all Harun, and from the family of Harun alayhi salam. So this box will contain something that have been left by the family of Musa alayhi salam and family of Harun alayhi salam. Those will be in that box, in that ark, in that tabut also. So tabut will have these things also, which belongs to Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam. Tahamiluhul malaika. Tahamilu mean it will be transported, it will be driven. So it will come under the driving of tahamiluhul malaika, under the guidance of malaika, angels. Because when the people of Jalut, they left this ark, this box, on the two camels, and like camel train or camel cart. So they put on that one, and the camel, they left it, and they said it will go to the jungle. But that one, that was driving or with the direction where it will go by the angels. And angels directed the bulls towards the house of Talut. So then it came before the house of Talut, and they left it there. So this is because of the Allah's command. So that has been described here, that Tamilhul Malaika. So it will be driven by the Malaika, by the angels. So angels will drive it to the place where the Talut is. So it will be carried out by the angels. Hmm. Next, inna fi zalika, inna, indeed, fi zalika, in this, la ayatan, in this there is a sign, lakum, for you. There is the sign of Allah, just to believe the kingship of Talut. In kuntum mu'minin, if you believe, or if you are believer, if you are people with iman, so you must believe that is the sign of Allah for you, and you have to respect and believe, and then this will be the sign to for you to accept the kingship of the Talut. So Allah said in this, if you are believer, you have to believe it. So this is the situation which have been described in this ayat, because this tabut, this ark, was so much sacred for the Bani Israel. Because if you look before, all the people before, they were when they were just to fight against the enemy, they were to take this box, this tabut, this ark, they were to place it before there where they have to fight with the enemy. And when it was there, because that was the becoming a source of success for them, and they were to defeat the enemy also, and they were successful. So this way it was taken by the Jalut when he occupied all their land and kicked them out of their houses, and also occupied their children, and he has taken the this ark also with him. And then, because his cities, some cities, people, they have been destroyed, died, and because of the diseases and different type of bad things happen in his kingdom, in the Jalut and his people, they were under problem, and then they decided to leave it on two camels. So then two camels, they took it, and with under the guidance of the angels. So this ark, or this tabut, came before the house of Talut alayhi salam. So when a people, these Bani Israel, they found it that it was before the house of Talut, so then they believed that the Shumail alayhi salam, who was the prophet, what he said, that it is the sign of Allah that you will see the tabut, you will see the ark before the before this. Talut alayhi salam. So they have seen it, and then after seeing it, they decided to believe. They decided to confirm their, you know, the approval that they decided that now we accept that Talut is our king, and they accepted the kingship of Talut, and then under the guidance of him they decided to fight with the enemy Jalut and with his army also. So that was the situation which have been explained here also, because these we understand from here that tabut, this was the special blessings for them also, a sacred thing. So what was in the tabut? There were the, you can see there were the shoes of Musa alayhi salam, because there was special drawers there. One in one there was shoes of Musa alayhi salam, and there was also the some pieces the of the Torah inside there, and some turban of Harun alayhi salam was there, and the dress, the shirt of Harun alayhi salam, and the sheet of Musa alayhi salam was also there. So some other things were also there, but this was a blessing, a sacred thing for the Bani Israel, because when they were just to place it before the battle, and they were successful, they were to defeat the enemy. So this also gives us the idea that anything that is belongs to our forefathers or our parents or our people who are the blessed people, who are the people of taqwa, if something they have, and those things are sacred for us, we should respect them, and those things are also good for us, and because there is the barakah and special blessings of Allah in them also. Like you can see, Khalid bin Walid radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was having a cap on his head, and when he was going to the battle with cap, he was successful. And one battle in Jarmuk, he was in problem because cap was missing from him, and then he found cap after a long time. Then when he found cap, he has done, then he became successful. So the main thing is that, so what was in the cap? So in the cap of Khalid bin Walid radiallahu ta'ala anhu, there was the hair of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that was the barakah. So because of that, he was successful every time. So similarly, you can see at the time of Umar bin Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he was Khalifa. So at that time, a king of Rome, and he was having the headache, and he has done so much treatment, but he was not successful. He requested Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu that is it possible to give me some treatment for that one. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was having the hair of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He requested someone to sew it in the cap, and that cap was sent to the king of Rome. And when he took the cap, he placed the cap on his head, so his headache finished. So Alhamdulillah, that was the thing. Similarly, you can see the Yusuf alayhi Islam, his shirt, it became the source of the eyesight for Yaqub alayhi Islam. Similarly, you can see lot of examples. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his shirt, we call it juba, and that was with the Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. And when some people or women who were under the disease and problems, when they were coming to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she was to place some water on that shirt, and then flowing water from the shirt, when they were to take it and drink it, they became healthy, and that was healing for them. So this way, the things that belongs to some people of taqwa, good people, friends of Allah, nice people, those are having like barakah from our special blessings of Allah. We have to respect them also, and we have to respect those people also, the for whom those things belongs to also. So this way we got from here this message also, that we have to respect the people of taqwa and the things belongs to them also. So this ayat gives us a good lesson also, because we understand in it that first of all, we when it is everything is under the command of Allah. When Allah wants a person, like even a person is poor or anyone, if Allah wants to be a king, then we have to accept. So because it is not criteria for the king that he must be rich, or he must be having a wealthy or something, but it everything depends on Allah. So because Allah knows everything, so this way anyone who comes to us, and if someone comes from Allah, and also that person is just to apply Sharia upon our country, in the country, so that is the blessings of Allah. And we must say that is the person who has been appointed by Allah. So we have to respect that person also. So that we got here the message also, that so these are the things. And even when something we find anything belongs to any person who is people of taqwa, we have to respect the people also, and we have to respect the properties or things which belongs to that person also. So Allah gave us tawfiq to understand completely and to act upon and to be a good Muslim, and at the day of judgment we must be a good and successful person, inshallah. Ameen.